on the channel, we're going to do it like my dad and I on the basketball court back in the day. No holds barred with Kurt Fuller, Grapplers and Gimmicks.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for something entirely different with the Grapplers and Gimmicks Kurt Fuller from the No Holds Barred movie. But for all your Grapplers and Gimmicks needs, better head over to grapplersandgimmicks.com. It says it right here on the package. Head over there, tell them Kyle sent you. Pick up your Kurt Fuller, of course. And Kurt Fuller, to many, they're probably saying who? But if you were around in the 80s and 90s, he was a character actor in many movies. I think maybe most well known for No Holds Barred, probably in my universe, but others, Wayne's World and movies like that, he definitely got around, usually kind of a crotchety businessman, something like that along the way in a lot of the stuff he is. But a lot of people, it's one of those character actors, you know the face, maybe you just didn't know the name. But once again, I knew the name because of No Holds Barred. And No Holds Barred, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And of course, setting the stage, I was not a Hulkamaniac. You guys know that. However, I loved a movie about wrestling. I'm here for that. A guy named Zeus going to kill Hulkamania, even if it's on the big screen. I'm here for that. And of course, Kurt Fuller was a big part of that. He was really kind of the main villain. Him and Zeus, I guess. But he was kind of directing traffic. He was the guy behind the scenes. A little bit of that Dr. Claw, Inspector Gadget is what he was. And in full transparency, when the Grapplers and Gimmicks line announced this figure, I kind of rolled my eyes and I was like, what? Why would they do that? That feels like a bit of a stretch here to me. And they're making him in a retro style, but we're also getting a more basic elite style one. And once again, I was just like, is this really needed? And then I thought about it. I sat there in front of the mirror, as I usually do. I gave it one of these, and I just looked at myself and stared at myself. And about 12 and a half hours later, I think it was, I said to myself, self, you know what? This is actually a really good idea because Mattel does have a Rip and Zeus retro coming out to match this one. Very cool to complete your No Holds Barred shelf with this Kurt Fuller. I think it is a great idea because, let's be honest, Mattel's not going to make a Kurt Fuller. Grapplers and Gimmicks can do that because they can make less of this figure than Mattel would need to. Mattel couldn't sell, let's say the production number has to be 5,000, 10,000 or something. You're probably not going to sell that many Kurt Fullers, but that's where Grapplers and Gimmicks can come in and be an ancillary figure to your Mattel collection, and now also an Elite, because we remember back, we got the Ultimate Zeus and Rip a few years back. We even got an Elite Zeus as well, and it's going to be cool to have that version of Kurt Fuller right next to Zeus. I mean, it really is genius when you take that step back, and it gets my Rolodex going a little bit. What other figures could Grapplers and Gimmicks make? I guess put it in the comments, sound off, I'm sure they'll check it out. But what other characters like this could they make that would be a great ancillary character to our Elites or our Retro? So very, very fun, and on the surface at first, a little bit eye-rolling, but really as I sat and thought about it more and more, like I said, that whole half a day in front of the mirror, I came around to this one. So I'm a big fan of this. I think it is a great idea. I just wish I had the Hogan and Zeus right now to compare this one to, but we'll do it in the future. We always do, of course. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Got the Grapplers and Gimmicks logo right there. Figure itself, of course. Kurt Fuller right there getting after it, as we do know. Real vintage style figure, Kurt Fuller, Hassel Toys, with Jock-ass Jolt. And we'll never forget that line from the movie. You think they would have retaken that? I guess it was supposed to be that way. I don't know, but it was a weird saying then, a weird saying now. Some things never change as well. Cross-sell, black and white background, Grapplers and Gimmicks, grapplersandgimmicks.com. Jibber jabber, UPCs, all the fun stuff we're used to down here. Warning, choking hazard. Nobody wants to choke, that's for sure. Nobody wants their last breath to say, you know what, I choked out on Kurt Fuller. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that, that's for sure. But I'm going to get him off the package. Very hard to get off the package. It's like, remember the first series, they were kind of falling off the card, and now they're on there hard as ever. I wish they could dial it back just a little bit. It's like they're almost too hard to get out of the package at this point. It is a fight. It is a battle. That is for sure. Got to get that microphone. Don't want to give it the old see you later without getting that microphone out. In there very, very tight. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye, Kurt Fuller. But now we're going to dive in. We're going to start off with the accessory here. Silver around there, black microphone. Couldn't put the logos from the movie. I guess if you want to get some stickers made or something, you could. But nice to get a microphone with Kurt Fuller. And now we're getting down to Kurt Fuller himself. And this is another good figure because you think business-wise, not that hard to do. Now he's got a suited body mold here he could use for a lot of different managers' things. Wouldn't be shocked if we don't see this with Downtown Bruno maybe in the future here. I'm very excited for that figure as well. I want a Harvey Whippleman, Downtown Bruno, whatever you want to call him, to go with the Giant Gonzalez Hasbro. That's another great one, another great idea there. But it's a guy in a suit, so not a lot of bells and whistles to this one. Of course, you got the Kurt Fuller head. I don't know if I could tell you it's Kurt Fuller if somebody handed it to me, because we may know Kurt Fuller, but we don't really think of him as plastic and stuff, so maybe a little harder, but it does have a little bit of the hallmarks there, a little bit of that smirk on the face. He's playing those human hits, 2 ears, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Got the hair going on as well. A good looking one, and I could see, like I said, a lot of customs to be made out of this one, and a lot of different characters in the future from the Grapplers and Gimmicks line based off of this. You want different announcers, things like that. It could very easily be done. He could get the Michael Buffer license maybe, and make Michael Buffer figures out of this. Who knows what he could do? Sky's the limit for guys in suits, of course, but looking good in the head sculpt. Black suit throughout, white undershirt, black polka dot tie. You got a gripping hand and a pointing hand. What you gonna do, brother hand? He's got that going on, so you can point in the Hulkster's face, have Zeus behind him or something. Do whatever you want. Choose your own no-holds-barred adventure is what you could do. Of course, head side to side, arm all the way around. Little bit of waist action there, but nothing on the legs, nothing below there. Hastel Toy 2024, made in China down here as well. Black boots, black shoes, I guess, more like it. How well does he fit his microphone? Microphone fits in the hand there. It will fall out. It doesn't stick in there real tight. If it was closed and a little tighter, it would. It kind of sits at a little bit of an angle, but that looks kind of good. How he's talking to the side. Instead of talking like this, he's talking like this. Me, personally, when I get on a microphone, I do it Lemmy from Motorhead style. I put the microphone up there, and I talk, so I can get my whole throat out there. I talk from above. It's just, nobody Photoshop that either. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You guys are all sick out there. But what's not sick, or I guess depending how you use the word sick, is this Kurt Fuller. I gotta say, blew away my expectations. A bit of a sleeper figure here. And as I said, I rolled my eyes at first, but now I'm gonna be very excited to have this one in my collection once that Zeus, once that Rip figure comes. And I'm ready for the Elite version. That'll be a very cool little no-holds-barred display. Just a very, very smart idea, if you ask me. So, on surface, doesn't seem like much, but when you break it down, you sit there and you ponder for 12 and a half hours in the mirror, it seems a little bit better than it really was. So I'm here for this. I'm here for all the Grapplers and Gimmicks figures. A lot of fun figures unboxing here on the channel, and we've been unboxing them all as time goes. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss a video. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget the Patreon for early access to all the videos here on the channel. ProWrestlingTees.com. My book now available on Kindle, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars series. Now I'm on TikTok. Yes, you can check out all my dance moves over there on TikTok. Check that one out, of course. And then SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Kurt Fuller and No Holds Barred, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.